Noah, I've been waiting for this and locked into my phone ever since the UFC 297 was announced weeks ago by Dana White. He said the announcement for the main event is coming the following week. Still waiting, Dana. Still waiting. When we return, Noah sits down with Miles Mahacek to discuss the heartbreaking loss in Detroit. We'll be right back.
Welcome back into Full Sail Live. I'm Noah Latzsch. We are now joined by our NFL analyst, Miles Mahacek, to break down the Detroit Lions loss. Miles, what went wrong for the Lions in the NFC Championship game versus the Niners?
Well, Noah, they just had way too many miscues. I mean, from drop passes to even a fumble on the first play of a drive. They just really, I know it's a cliche, but they just shot themselves in the foot. And that second half is what really just helped. It was really the reason why they lost. I mean, exposed to the first half, but in the second half, they just couldn't get it going. Obviously, they went for it a couple times on fourth down. A lot of people said that they should have kicked a field goal. Dan Campbell stayed true to his identity and went for it. And they were a drop pass from converting it. Then very next drive, drop pass again by Josh Reynolds on a third down. Then a drive after that, Jahmyr Gibbs fumbled on first down. And, those just really just killed the Lions there.
It was heartbreaking to watch for Detroit fans. What do the Lions need to do to get back into the playoffs next season?
Well, fortunately for them, they're retaining their offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson. So the offense, there no worries are about the offense. They expect the same thing that they've been doing the past couple of years. But the main question is the defense. Can the defense take that next step forward? Obviously, that they have to reload in the draft and free agency to help with that, because they were pretty bad in the secondary. They were top 3 in rush defense, but their pass defense was pretty poor. But with the way the NFC North is looking, the Packers are looking a lot better than what people expect them to be. And the Vikings were arguably a Kirk Cousins injury away from making the playoffs. So the division is going to be a lot tougher, but they just need to upgrade that defense.
It'll be exciting for Detroit fans to see this offseason. Obviously, the team's in a position they really haven't been in almost 30 years, getting their first wins in 29 seasons. What specifically do you see the Lions needing to do this offseason, though? You talked about the draft. What specifically do you think the Lions need?
Well, a lot of people have been drinking that Honolulu Blue Kool-Aid. So what thing better to do than draft a dude named Kool-Aid? Kool-Aid McKinstry. Right now, their starting cornerback was Cam Sutton, guarding the best player. And we saw in the playoffs, he was picked on every single drive. Even he made Baker Mayfield look like Tom Brady. Obviously, Baker's been having a much better year, but that secondary just really struggled. And then on top of that, they need another edge rusher to get some pressure on the quarterback. Aiden Hutchinson was getting double teamed basically all year, because they knew that if they stopped him, they would have all day to throw. So basically just another edge rusher, and then improve that secondary is what the Lions really need to do.
Absolutely great insight. I know Detroit fans can't wait to watch this offseason play out and then get back into the playoffs next year. Miles Mahacek, thanks for joining us. That's all for today's episode of Full Sail Live. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Make sure to tune in next week to see coverage of the Pro Bowl here in Orlando. And in the meantime, I'll make sure to track down President Dana White to find out UFC 300 main event. I'm Noah Latzsch. Good night, everyone.